Hello, I'm Jerry, and well, why did I just start this video with a sigh? It's like I don't really. Wow, my mood today is really low. Yeah, and I mean, again, honesty trumps all, which means this is going to be very genuine, much more genuine than if I just try to put on an act that like okay, let's put it like this: if I forced myself to be this high energy, like all the energy, like in there, if I forced myself to have that while I deep down feel like shit, I mean, it won't happen. You won't get that passionate feeling or sensation of entertainment. Like, sure, you might be entertained, but you would still get that feeling of shit while I force myself to give entertainment, you know. But this isn't really entertainment. This is this is me. Well, I want to share. I want to speak my mind. I want to express myself. And, in my loneliness, yeah. I mean, I just want to share. You know, I'm people sick. I have no one that I feel actually genuinely care about me. So, with that in mind, this is what I want to share. There might be a theory on this out there on the internet or in research whatsoever, but this is my take on it with my own experiences and my own studies, if you will. And that is my own view on status, money, and power. With those three things, I mean, it is in. People want those three things very much these days. And it has been like that for years. Man, I don't know how many decades, you know? I mean, maybe even hundreds of years spanning the status, money, and power, hunger, the drive to get these things, to be on top, to be the best, to have more, more, more. And I mean, again, this is what I am sort of hinting at. Imagine how they feel while striving for that, while pushing themselves as hard as they can to get that. I mean, sure, you might have like a million, well, whatever the currency is in your country, you may have million of those currencies, but how do you feel? Like, ask that question to you. How do I feel? It is very important because even if you have the like much money, you have a nice car, you have you maybe even live in a luxury with enormous wealth, and you maybe even have like a good amount of friends who you can laugh with, go out at the bar and just laugh away all your troubles. And I mean, it might be fun, but when you get home, it feels like shit. When you get home from that bar, you're gonna wake up in the morning just feeling, oh, fuck, you know? And I mean, not always, but I'm guessing most of the time. And with this, it is. I mean, so it really doesn't matter how much of the physical stuff you have, you know? Because if your emotions are not satisfied, no amount of physical things is going to matter. I mean, okay, let's take it like this. If I let's say if I I already did an example of this. I mean, I told you right from the beginning that if I try to force myself to do something, but if I do not genuinely feel like that deep down, it just won't come out like genuinely. Yeah, let me put it like this again. Another example, another analogy. Let's scrap that and let's go on to the status, money, power explanation instead. Um, right. I'm just trying to think. Let me think for a minute. Just yeah, right. That. I mean, the norm in this society is status, money, and power. I mean, status for one is what kind of status do you have? Do you call yourself a girlfriend, boyfriend, or do you call yourself a woman, a girl? And what does those status, well, status words symbolize to you? What does they mean? How do they feel to you? And when we attach ourselves to that said status, if you're a woman and you call yourself a woman, and I mean, and if someone called you a girl, I mean, you would take offense to it because you're a woman, you're not a girl, right? Same thing with if you call yourself a man, then the people who call you a boy, that will come as offensive to you because you're a man and not a boy, you know. So, I mean, that is the status. And if someone has like a status as a husband, a wife, or whatever kind of status it is, the moment you have that status, you feel pressured, you feel an obligation maybe to honor that status, to to act out in that status. But if you deep down feel like shit, I mean, that then, but sometimes it is difficult to notice it because you're so busy maintaining this facade of a perfect husband, a perfect wife, and a perfect man or woman slash all the status. You are so obsessed with keeping that good status you have. Otherwise, your friends might just, what? You aren't a man? What? Or what? You're not a woman? You see, like you may be fearing that everyone around you is going to judge you based upon that. So, what do I call myself? You ask then. I actually don't like to call me anything. I mean, of course, I am a boy, at least I look like one, and I have a penis. So now you know. Good to know. So, yeah. No, but to me, like, I try not to attach myself to statuses, not even by my own body type, because I don't want to feel any pressure of maintaining a perfect status. That is exhausting. That is why I try to feel my way into it. Like, how do I feel like? I feel like shit. I feel bad. I feel lonely. I feel abandoned and all that stuff, And admitting to those feelings instead of I feel lonely and I feel abandoned, but no, I feel good. I'm a man. I shouldn't feel like this. I shouldn't feel crap, because men are tough son of a bitches that does not feel anything at all. That is just crap. All living beings have feeling, have sensations, and a true man in my own belief, is a man who can face all and every kind of fear, no matter what it is. And I don't mean physically facing them. It might be from time to time, but I mean emotionally. And if you are afraid that your friends might leave you because you hold a different status, I mean, that is one kind of fear you could face. But what do you do instead? You maybe even go to the bar and just forget everything. Now, that is not a man. That is someone who is trying to run away and just distract themselves with booze, beer, or whatever. Maybe even boobs too. It depends, you know. And I mean, it doesn't solve anything. That fear you have is still gonna be there, and the only way to truly get rid of that anxiety or that fear is to face the fear, delve into it, ask questions. Why do I feel the way I do? And that is a true man, questioning why we feel like we do, and face it. Just simply face it and let it out, express that fear, and just admitting to it, and let us feel that fear. Because that, in my opinion, is a man. And that is something I practice on. So, with that in mind, thank you for watching.